See if anybody logs on before I get started here. Let's give it a minute or two. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. You guys can view it after it uploads if you like. But morning, guys. I was going to paint this chassis. Here. Oh, you guys want to look at my ugly mug? I'll bring it down here. I was going to paint this chassis. It's been sitting on my workbench for a week or better now because the weather's been terrible here. Not terrible, but it's been cold. And I do all my painting with acrylic paint. And it's not optimal when the weather's cool and wet. It's not really wet today, but it's only about 52 degrees here right now. So anyways, I mixed up enough in my airbrush here, and I'm going to go ahead and get this thing painted. So if you'd like to watch, you can buy this airbrush kit with a little compressor and everything on eBay for about 150 bucks. So I know it's a little steep, I guess, but think about how much you'll save in paint over the long run. You know, a giant bottle of that acrylic is $3. You know, a tiny little bottle of Tamiya paint or one of the other companies, I'm sure, is a lot more than that. And you'll go through $150 in paint real fast. So it'll make having that compressor and this airbrush worth it. So here's what we're going to do. It's already mixed up. I mixed my paint about 50-50 to where it's about the consistency of milk. And that seems to be the best, at least for my airbrush and the tip setup I have in it. So I have my air pressure set for, about, let's see here, 40 pounds on mine. So to paint it, it's pretty simple. It's, you know, if you're familiar with spray painting at all, nice light coat, best way to do it. First coat, nice and light. Let that dry. Takes a little bit. Like I said, it's water-based, so in this cool temperature, let's put it out here in the sun. It's kind of sunny over here, so put it right there. But it dries relatively because I actually use warm water to mix my paint with too. But the The primer on the chassis was just a bare brass. I cleaned it really good with dishwasher soap and a little brush and got it nice and clean, all the flux and everything off of it and grease. And then I primered it with a spray can red oxide lacquer primer from the auto parts store down here. And I like the lacquer. It dries fast, sands good. So then once that was dry, just take a quick little scuff with some real fine paper, 400 or so. And then you're ready to shoot. Clean it off. I use this piano wire, shove it through both the axles so I can actually hold the thing, twist it, turn it. But yeah, it's pretty simple, really. Red doesn't cover very well. It's going to take you a few coats. It's starting to look good. Getting red. Put it out there in the sun for a minute. So yeah. Hey. Thanks, George. I'm glad to see somebody's interested. I got one viewer. Yeah, thanks, George. I appreciate it. So I want to get this car done. I want to move on to the body. Once I get the chassis painted today, I'm going to get it all put together, and then I'm going to move on to the body. So I'll probably show a lot of that too, how to prep a resin body for paint. So it's going to have kind of a crazy paint job on it. So maybe you guys will enjoy that too, or at least you might. Yeah, I know. I see that. You usually get one or two people. It is the middle of the day. Most people are working right now. So but yeah, you can see it's red. It's getting red. I'm sorry you keep looking at my arm. I'm putting it out here in the sun for it to flash off a little bit. Yeah, resin could be a real pain, George. It really can. You got to prep it right and everything. A lot of people don't realize that it has oils in it, so you got to clean it good first. But once you get it clean, it's no different really than painting in the white body or something like that. I actually prefer the resin. Most of my cars are resin bodied anyway, so unless they're 1/25th scale, then of course there's model kits available, but you don't paint it much different than a model. The hard part is getting it ready to mount. You got a lot of sanding and grinding and all that stuff, and if you don't like dust, you probably won't like fooling around with resin car bodies. But anyway, that's really all I wanted to show you guys right here. That's about it right there. Next, after I get the color on it, and then I'll let it dry for an hour or so, just so that all the water can get out of it. I'll take it in the house where it's nice and warm, and then later I will clear it. And I use Tamiya acrylic clears too, so It's all good. You can clean your airbrush up in the sink as long as mama doesn't catch it. And it's pretty simple. Like I say, if there's any questions, just throw them down there in the comments, and I will definitely get back to you. But that's about it right there. You know, nice. Now I got a nice red chassis. At least it looks red. It's hard to see. Got the glare. You paint use Createx. Yeah, that works. It's the same stuff, George. This right here is Anita's all-purpose. You know, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. You know, it's just craft paint. You know, toll painting. No, that's not right. But it's just acrylic craft paint. It's, you know, you can't go wrong. There's every color under the rainbow. And if the colors aren't there that you need, you can just tint them, mix and match. I do that all the time. And now they've got some really cool stuff. They've got pearls and metallics and, you know, all that stuff. So if you're into custom painting, it's all there. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper than Tamiya or, you know, any of those other companies. Testers, any of that stuff's expensive as heck. Oh, excuse me. You have to excuse me. I'm sick. My son has a cold, and the kid gave it to me. So, but anyways, that's it, really. You know, I'll come back later and show you how to clear coat it. But for now, that's really all I got. So I hope hopefully this helps somebody. Like I say, I don't know if my instructional videos are that great or not, but I'm not very good at teaching. But I'm trying anyways. I want to help everybody. I want to get everybody to be comfortable with this stuff, realize that it's not rocket science, that it's relatively simple. If I can do it, anybody can do it, you know. I'm just an old car painter, and if I can figure out how to do this stuff, I'm sure anybody can. So anyhow. Oh, thanks, George. Appreciate that. I'm going to go in the house and take some ibuprofen and see if I can feel better later, and I'll pop back on later and show you guys how to clear this thing. So, anyways, thanks for taking time out of your day, George. I appreciate it, and I'll see you after a while.